not imagine myself doing something else. You know, I don't mind. I really don't aim for money or fame. I just want to do what I love.
Currently, there are issues in the Netherlands regarding government budget cuts. One of the sectors that has been affected the most is the cultural one. Therefore, we wanted to investigate how severe this issue is with regards to the future of the artists. In the city of Rotterdam, culture is one of the most essential aspects. Here we have over 50 venues culture related, such as museums, theaters, and art galleries, which started to disappear gradually. Rotterdam also has performing arts schools. These educational institutions are an attraction for international artists to come and study in Rotterdam. We spoke to students to find out their opinion regarding the issue.
An artistic environment. I would say that half of my family are musicians, and the other half are painters. So since I was a child, I wanted to become a pianist or a painter, and I chose the piano. Yeah.
Did you have any concerns about becoming an artist?
Not really. I just choose. I mean, it's like you have to take a risk and you have to love it.
Due to the economic crisis, the cultural sector experienced a loss of 20 million euros of the original 70 in 2012. This budget was applied at the beginning of 2013. The money distribution for the Netherlands is spread over 14 sectors, with the three largest ones being the healthcare, social security and labor, and education, culture and science. As we can see, the latter one is being supported the least. We also visited the City Hall of Rotterdam to interview a politician about the topic.
I'm Josien Streumel, and I'm since 2006 I'm on the City Council, and art and culture is a part of my portfolio here in City Hall. Until a year ago, the government supported artists who didn't have any other work, but only their art, with benefit. They got, I think, about 1,000 euros per month to do their artwork. So starting artists, of course not if they sold pictures for 200,000 euros, of course they didn't get a benefit, but for poor artists, starting artists, they could get benefits, so they could work on their art, and our liberal government has stopped this. This is really a shame.
We wondered if people cared about the slowly disappearing cultural section and asked them whether the cultural sector should be valued more by the government.
I grew up with cultural events and with art. I think it's a very big part of life, so yes, I really think that we should invest more in cultural things.
I think it should be valued more by people in general, and I think that being valued by the government is a consequence of that.
It's so good, so nice, you learn so much from it, so I think, yeah, it's just such a waste to not invest in it.
People that do not have anything to do like with my life, like really close to me, you know, mostly people from school, friends, or you know, they were always saying like, yeah, you're gonna be a musician, and what are you gonna live for?
how did you imagine that your life as an artist would be?
Well, as I picture it, or as I imagine it, I'll see myself playing, always, all the time playing, and doing what I love, writing music, and making people feel what I feel when I wrote that music. That's what I want to do.
Do you plan on staying here?
Well, I have to finish my bachelor, so at least 3.5 more years. After that, I seriously doubt it, because on the music that I'm focusing, there's the biggest industry per se is in Mexico, in Miami, Los Angeles. So I think that will be my focus if I don't find anything better here in Europe.
What you see is that the government and also the city government, Rotterdam, that they chose for the larger companies. And I think that's quite a shame, because now you still have all the great, the Philharmonic Orchestra and large theatre companies, and they're all doing very good work. I support them completely, but you see that it's very difficult to start something up, because there's no budget in Rotterdam for smaller theatre groups or artist groups.
Do you believe that such budget cuts were necessary?
No, I don't think so at all. There's crisis, of course, but I'm a socialist, of course, so that's my usual opinion on all sorts of all these things, all the cuts that there are. But we in the Netherlands are still a very, very rich country compared to a lot, I think 80% or 90% of the countries throughout the world. So I think it's really stupid to cut the culture budgets, because we have money enough.
So open your doors, can't help it to being in control. I'm like a puppet, I have spread the wall. Never thought I was with you in my head. Just remember, ella la ma. Shut up! You love it, you love it, you love it. Yeah! What goes around, you can pull away. Oh, does that mean you?
We should repair the budget for the culture section and generally invest in all sorts of ways with giving away empty workplaces. Due to the crisis, there's a lot of empty workplaces to starting artists and starting companies in the culture section. So we can repair the budget cuts that have already been and start anew with a nice Rotterdam.
But knowing that now it's a bit more difficult, it does not change your mind about becoming an artist?
Not really, because there's always options. There's always the option of being a teacher or playing in a band that already you make money here, even if it's not the style that you love. Of course, it's hard always to play and make a living out of that. You need to manage and find a way.